This is the first Apple computer of my life, a 2017 15-inch MacBook Pro. I used it for design, learning color grading, editing videos, creating animations, and even learning Cinema 4D. So this computer holds very significant meaning for me. Even though I have upgraded to new Macs multiple times, I have always kept it and often use it to create something. In this video, I want to share from a designer's perspective what the 2017 Mac can still be used for in 2025, and what kind of computer is needed to meet a designer's productivity needs. First, to answer the first question, as an 8-year-old Mac, today it can still be used for photo editing, color grading, making posters, design project proposals, and even video editing. Of course, it can only handle 1080p. Editing 4K videos would be quite challenging. I bought this computer in 2018. At that time, while I was still in college, I took on design outsourcing jobs, stayed up late drawing and editing, and saved $12,800 to buy this 15-inch, 16GB of memory, and 256GB of hard drive, commonly referred to as the base model, second-hand 2017 MacBook Pro. This price today could buy a brand new M4 chip MacBook, but its quality is really good, and after all these years, it still holds up well. What attracted me the most when I bought this computer was its screen. To be honest, in 2017, apart from the MacBook, there weren't any laptops with a large screen. Even today, this screen's quality is still in the top tier. Even except when displaying pure black, you can hardly tell the difference between it and the new screen. Secondly, there's the industrial design. A laptop from 2017 still looks timeless today, and it might even appear more refined than most laptops on the market. Also, back in 2017, it was equipped with all Thunderbolt ports, and all 4 ports can be used for charging or connecting to external displays. It could be said to be quite avant-garde at the time. Now that I have a new MacBook, why do I still use this old one? The most important reason is the appearance. Designers are all about aesthetics, and the new Pro is much thicker, which is a thickness I find hard to tolerate. When I write scripts, I like to hold the computer and lie on the sofa to write. This thickness really discourages me. Secondly, it's a matter of personal habit. I prefer the typing feel of the butterfly keyboard, which might be different for most of my friends. I think the typing sound of the butterfly keyboard is very crisp. And then there's the touch bar. I see almost everyone online complaining about how difficult the touch bar is to use, to the point that Apple has now cancelled it. Touch bar, but I don't think so. Because whether I'm doing design or editing videos, I really rarely use the top row of function keys. Therefore, whether the touch bar is difficult to use doesn't really affect me. On the contrary, I think the touch bar has a high-tech feel and looks cool. Of course, apart from the first point, these 3 points are all about sentimentality. It's just that after using it for a long time, I've given it a different meaning. I've been talking about the advantages so much that it makes me sound like a second-hand computer dealer. Next, let me talk about its drawbacks. Due to the x86 chip architecture, its biggest problem is overheating. Just opening Photoshop or Illustrator and working for 10 minutes, the computer starts to heat up. In the summer, it's impossible to hold it, and using it on your lap for a long time might even cause burns. The biggest problems caused by overheating are loud noise and poor battery life. If you are working late at night drawing, the sound of the fan will definitely drive you crazy. However, it won't last long either, because doing design work without plugging in the power will basically shut down in less than 3 hours. Secondly, the screen, due to long-term use, has developed a reddish tint around the edges. Of course, this is a common issue with LCD screens. Mine is relatively mild, and it doesn't affect usage unless you look closely. However, what's more bothersome is the aging and peeling of the screen coating. The last drawback is the keyboard. The butterfly keyboard is prone to damage due to its structural design, and Apple has therefore, also for the butterfly keyboard, launched a plan with a 4-year warranty from activation. Unsurprisingly, my computer is also likely to meet this fate, so fix it. Coincidentally, my computer broke down at 4 years and 2 months. At the time, it was still within the warranty period, so I do not recommend you buy my 8-year-old MacBook secondhand. I just want to tell you one thing, a computer from 2017 can still be productive, so of course the newly released Mac is also there's absolutely no need. Don't blindly create needs for yourself by purchasing expensive equipment that you won't use, because one day it will be obsolete. When designers choose a computer, they have what should be noted. What kind of computer is more suitable for designers to use? First, if you are a computer novice, if you're preparing to study graphic design and do not play games, a Mac is undoubtedly a good choice. Even though computers now have powerful performance, they still can't withstand attacks from rogue software. If a computer novice uses Windows, there's a high chance that installing one software will result in 3 programs, 5 ads, and 2 viruses appearing on the computer. And this kind of situation simply does not occur with macOS.